Single? Middle-aged? What the Okay, Dolly, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Okay, I like our little topic that we're going to be talking about today. Yeah, a little bit more champagne. We're kind of into champagne lately and tequila. Yeah. And I love that we're going to start doing some really great episodes and trying all sorts of different tequilas and doing tequila reviews.
I'm excited about that.
That was your idea. I really love that idea. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
So
that will be fun.
Get ready for that. That's going to be really fun. And today, you know what else is really fun? Dating young guys.
Dating young guys?
Dating younger. Not young. Not super young.
No,
but like younger.
Younger.
Like dating younger guys is a little bit of a... I'm on the fence with it. Like, I battle myself with it because it's kind of weird. And I don't want to be a cougar. I don't want to think of myself that way. But I get hit on by more young guys than I do guys my age all the time. Like, literally all the time.
And see, I think that's awesome because I don't ever... The word cougar or thought cougar never runs through my head. And I guess it should, but it never does. I am super flattered when a younger guy hits on me. I'm just like... Of course, what's going through my head is... Oh my God, I'm old enough to be his mom. If he took me home to meet his mom and I would be best friends. But I get out of my head and then I think, seriously?
Get out of your head and into his pants.
Yeah. Get out of your head and
into his pants. So dating younger guys is an interesting thing because I feel, part of me feels weirded out.
Yes.
And it's a compliment. Yeah, I get that it's a compliment. But
it's
I'm like,
so flattering. I mean,
can be,
even if it doesn't go anywhere, even if you just talk at the bar. Like, I remember one time we were downtown and that guy, he would not leave me alone. And I was like, and I was attracted to him, but I was in my head about it. But I was also super flat. I mean, my ego was like 1,000 because I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I still have it.
Right. That's what older guys feel when they get a younger girl. That must be that same feeling where they're like, oh, I've got it. I've still got it.
It's different, though. The younger girls are going for the elder guys because that's kind of like, okay, I'm being totally stereotypical here, but it's kind of gold digger-ishy.
Daddy issue-y.
Yeah. That doesn't happen with...
But are the younger guys, do they have mommy issues?
No.
You sure?
No, yes. Why they're going for the older women, first of all, they can carry a conversation. They're comfortable in their skin. They know how to hold themselves, and they know what they want, and they know how to tell that guy. Like, the guy's never in a guessing game, right? He's never like, she said no, she's not hungry, but she ate every single French fry off my plate. We don't say that. We're like, I'm going to have a burger and fries and you get what you want and don't touch my fries. If you want fries, get your own fucking fries, right?
Right.
It's true. So guys like older women because we know how to express ourselves.
And we know what we want in the bedroom.
Yes.
I think a big part of it has to do with the fact that they find older women sexy because we are finally at a place in our life where we know what we want. We're not afraid to go after it. I'm not afraid to go after it. I'm not afraid to be like, this is what I like. This is what I want. These are my buttons and here's how to push them.
You know what it is? It's one word. Confidence.
Ooh, love that.
It's one word. They like confidence and older women have it. The younger girls haven't figured it out yet. They're still worried about, is my makeup okay? My hair okay? We remember when we were little. I mean, younger. Or little.
Whatever.
Yeah. Do I look okay in this outfit? Blah, blah, blah. We don't freaking care. We put an outfit on and we're like, this is it. Going out.
Right. Going out. This is it. This is me. I think the other thing, too, is orgasms. Like, I don't know. I think at this point in time in our life, like, I know how to give myself the best orgasm ever.
Yes.
And I know exactly how to guide somebody else to do the same for me. I know how to get out of my head. I'm not worried about whether I look good in a position or not. I know how to just completely get out of my head, enjoy every single thing about the moment, the sensations, everything about that moment, and get myself to where I need to be, to where I'm having a mind-blowing orgasm. And I don't know that younger guys can experience that with women their age. I don't know. Because when I was younger,
I would venture to say no.
I was not like that younger. I didn't.
Because they're still in their head. I mean, think about it. When you're 30, and you're on top, you're like, oh God, are my boobs? What do my boobs look like? What does my stomach look like? Am I going to fart? I mean, all those things are going through your mind. Seriously.
I'm like double chin. Do I have a booger in my nose? Right. Like, what the fuck?
But yeah. But I think also, I kind of do get in my head. You're a lot better at this than I am. But if the guy makes me feel super sexy and super comfortable, I could give a rat's ass. Yeah. If what's jumbling and moving around. And
I love that you just said that. I think that that's it. If a guy, for whatever reason, makes you feel ultra sexy, you don't think about any of that stuff.
None of it. None of it. Nothing. Nothing. I'll be on top and I don't care, because it's not pretty when you're on top and you're older. It's like, oh dear Lord, here we go.
Things are falling, hanging, you name it.
Yeah, it's better to be flat, because then you have the facelift.
That's why I like it from behind. I don't have to worry about any of that.
Then for sure they're not seeing any of that shit. But if you're with a guy who's just like totally enjoying you and you're enjoying him and he's making you feel sexy, those thoughts go out of sight of your head. You don't think about that.
No. I don't think about any of that.
No, I don't either. When I'm with the right guy that makes me feel that way, I'm just like, those thoughts go away until like 3 days later. I'm like, oh, guy, really?
I don't think, really? You think about it later? Beat yourself up a little bit later?
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't think
if my insecurity creeps up a little, yeah.
I think for me, I'm thinking more about how they feel, not how they look at me. For me to think about how I'm making them feel, I just lose track of everything.
Well, honestly, if you're having a great time, they're having a great time, because they're just happy they're getting sex.
And they're happy that you're happy. They want to make you satisfied.
And that's what happens with an older woman, is she does have the confidence and gets out of her head and just goes with it. She's not worried about anything. And he's having a ball. He's having sex and you're having a great time. So, of course, he's having a great time. And
And the last younger guy that I was with, it turned out, well, part of it was disappointing and part of it wasn't. But the part what struck me was that, he was an amazing kisser. This guy could just kiss. I could have kissed him forever.
The best.
I literally could have kissed him forever. He would show up at my door with tea, because he knew I loved tea. Show up at my door, I'd open the door, and he'd be standing there with tea in the morning.
Oh, nice.
And he'd be standing there, and he wouldn't even make it past my threshold of my door, and we were locking lips and making out and running into the fridge and bumping up against the counters, like that whole deal. And what he loved, we were having this great conversation for an hour. He was telling me about his family. We were having this whole great conversation, having tea and blah, blah, blah. And he was here, and we started kissing, and I just took charge. I just went for it.
Here we go.
I'm done. Here we go. We're doing this. I'm done. I'm done waiting. It's been a month, and I'm done.
That was enough foreplay. Here we go.
That was enough foreplay. Let's go. I've kissed you at my door 6 times. We've been hanging out, and you're fucking sexy. I can't stop thinking about you.
Going to the middle part. Kissed at the door.
Yes.
The couch talking for an hour was the middle part. Now you're going to go have the end.
And the middle part, too, was, we talked about this in a previous episode. Yeah. The middle part was, we met a few times, met in the jacuzzi. We ran into each other out on the street. We talked, then we exchanged numbers. Then we would text, and then he would come over, and we would kiss, and then he would bring me tea, and then we'd talk some more, and then he came over and we had dinner, and there was the big middle part, there was all of that. He didn't miss any of that.
Right.
And so when he did come over, and I was like, that's it, I can't handle this anymore. I just need to.
We need to go to the end.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm just ready to attack this guy. He was so sexy. And so I took control. And afterwards, he actually said to me, he's like, you have no idea what a turn on it was for me that you took total control and you just went for it. And the younger guys, I think that's a thing too, is they don't mind a woman just kind of being more assertive and
Right.
knowing what they want and just going for it.
I would agree with you 100%. And again, that comes with the confidence where the younger girls aren't sure because they're in their head thinking, does he even like me? Like, they're just, a million things are going through their mind where we're just like, okay, I kissed him at the door, an hour of foreplay, let's go do it.
Let's go. I'm so curious about your body, let's go, which turned out semi-disappointing in that situation.
Really? Oh my God, I was so hoping for a happy ending.
God dang it.
Did he compensate in other ways?
He compensated in every other way. I mean, I've never met a guy who is so good. Like, I can't even talk just thinking about it.
Are you all tongue-tied? Is your tongue all twisted?
His tongue was twisted, I'll tell you that. Fuck.
Oh my God, I love a good eat-out story.
Oh my God, he was insane. Like, this guy knew he needed to overcompensate, apparently, because I've never met a guy that did those things with his hands. Like, he was insane.
Wow.
Like, hello. Like, he was a magician with the hands. Crazy. And he could just, I mean, that guy that guy went down for, and it's not just, like, a guy can be down there for a while and just be doing what, this guy was absolutely, hands down, the most incredible oral sex I've ever had in my life. Without a doubt.
Okay,
but I stopped dating him because I can't do the small dick.
And that's okay.
I know, and he bugged me for the longest time after that. Every time I see him, and I deleted his number, and he's like, I keep trying to call you and text you. Are you okay?
Aw, you should have let him down gently.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I mean, I did by not returning his calls.
His number. That's not gently. That's abrupt.
But not accepting his calls is not gentle?
No.
I didn't want to give him any false hope that was going to happen again, because it was not. Parts of it was great, but the size was so disappointing. There was just no way it was ever happening again. Like, literally, like, no.
And I get that. And here's another topic we need to talk about at another time, is how to tell a guy you're not interested, or no thank you, or we're not a match. I mean, what are the words? It should be okay for us to be honest and say that. Like, I would never have encouraged you to say, you have a small dick, and so no, that's not what you would say.
I could never say that to him.
No, and I don't want you to. But there should have been a way to, instead of just avoiding his phone call, there's got to be an adult way to say, I don't think we're a match. Or some other way of saying that, but that's the point.
I think I did, like, talk to him a couple more times, or text. I don't think we ever spoke on the phone again, but we exchanged a couple of texts that were just sort of like, you know,
so it wasn't just
sort of generic, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't generic. I never talked to him again. I've talked to him several times. I run into him because he lives in the area.
Oh, neighbor.
Oh, yeah, neighbor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, yeah, I've ran into him several times. But it was more like, you know, and I knew, just like any other younger guy that I ever have anything to do with, it is absolutely 100% not a relationship, and it never will be.
I know.
It's never going to be a relationship. The guy that I think I told you, the younger guy that was amazing. Oh my God, he was so amazing. He just found me on WhatsApp and sent me a message on WhatsApp out of the blue. Hey, how are you? He sent me a picture of his house up in, like, Temecula wine country. And he lives on, like, over an acre of land, and there's 2 chairs in the picture. And he saw one of these chairs has your name on it. I'm like, oh, God, please.
What? Why aren't you up there?
He's younger.
So?
Has 2 young kids.
Yeah, but you just said, I mean, what we know about younger is it's just about sex. If the sex was amazing, why don't you go sit in that chair for a while? No.
It's just not good.
Well, it's not where you're at. Oh, well, see, I would make a day out of it. Like, we're going to go wine tasting. Then we're going to go back to his house. I'm probably going to pack a bag, because if we're wine tasting. And
because then I'm going to catch feelings, and he has kids.
That's right. See, I'll stay the night, and you won't.
I can't spend the night.
It all goes back to.
I can't spend the night.
I know you can't, and I so can.
If I spend the night, I'm going to catch feelings.
And I won't. I can leave the next morning and say, bye.
Oh, my God, I can't. I won't sleep all night. I will not sleep all night.
I'll sleep because I'll probably pass out from all the wine. You and I are totally opposite about that. See, I would go.
You would go.
I would go. I would sit in that chair. We would go wine tasting. We'd go have a fabulous dinner or...
Can't go. Because the last time when we dated, it was just... He started telling me to come over when his kids were there. And I was like, no, I'm not.
No.
And he's like, come to Vegas with me. He works for a very popular beer company who sponsors a lot of big pool parties in Vegas. And he's like, come to this pool party with me in Vegas. And I'm like, oh my God, no. Like, no. At that time, I was in my 40s, and he's in his 30s, and he's around all these chicks at the Hard Rock in bathing suits at a pool party. Absolutely not.
And he didn't want any of those girls. He wanted you to come. And you could have gone and not done the pool party. You could have come and arrived like at 6 in time for cocktails and dinner and leave at 12 noon the next day.
Isn't that weird? I had no interest in meeting his friends, even though when we met on Cinco de Mayo,
I was to your daughter.
I was pointing to Bria because Bria was with me when we met. Bria was with me when he walked up to the bar and we met that night. And so he was just smitten with me from minute one.
I love men that are smitten with me.
But he was just too young, and I knew it. I knew there could never be anything. It's never going to go anywhere. So why have anything to do with catching feelings? Like, I just don't even want to bother. Yeah. No,
in your 40s, you are still in that stage of catching feelings. As you get into your 50s and over, you lose the catching feelings. Like,
you do?
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
there.
Like, seriously, you can leave the next morning and you actually don't give a rat's ass if they call you or not because you had a really good time. And if they call, bonus. And if they don't, it's like, oh, I had a really good time. Next.
That's interesting because since the last guy that I dated, and we only dated like 8 or 9 months. So it wasn't super long term or anything. And according to him, we weren't ever actually a thing. He's like,
well, he's delusional because you were.
He's like, we're
he's
we're
still
not exes.
On your ass right now. So, like, seriously, get over himself.
Yeah, get over himself.
If he walked in the door right now, I'd have some words.
Yeah. So he's not.
Go on.
Yeah. So and I caught major feelings with him, and then then, I've only been with 3 guys since then, and I'm not. I didn't really catch feelings for any of them, but I never spent the night with any of them either. I just think I just need to, I don't know. It's just intimate to me to spend the night with somebody. It's a little more meaningful.
Well,
right?
You're putting that meaning on when they spend the night.
Because you're snuggling, and it's like, it's more than just sex when they spend the night. I think. My daughter's shaking her head no. She says no too. She's with Terry on this.
I mean,
I'm a feeler though. I'm a feeler. I don't know if I'm a Scorpio. I'm super passionate. So maybe I don't know, maybe it's just my personality quirk for me.
It's who you are, and it's okay.
It's who I am.
I mean,
But I wish I could sometimes. Like, I seriously feel like that might be kind of fun if I could just allow myself to do that.
Well, I wasn't always.
But oh my God, I get fucking anxiety when they're just laying in my bed for an hour. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
But you're like that with your space, like.
Oh, maybe that's it. It's my space.
I don't even know if it's male guy related. You're like that with your space, whether it's the girls. Like, you don't like us girls spending the night. Like,
I do. We had a big slumber here last time, and I loved it.
You kind of get a little anxiety, though. I mean,
a little.
Yeah,
a little.
Yeah, because you like it's your space.
I'm OCD to the max.
So I mean, so that's just who you are, and that's fine. We all know it. You know it. We know it. It's cool. So,
like, if I go in the bathroom and my toilet seat is up.
Oh, see?
I'm not okay.
And
this is the Queen Palace, honey.
But see, I'm with you on that.
Down if
I
you're
always
visiting.
put the seat down, and I have girlfriends who don't, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Put the seat down. Shit falls in there. That's why you put the seat down. Oh, and I think
like men that come over and lift they're here for an hour for dinner or whatever, go in the bathroom and take a piss and leave the toilet seat up
Okay,
in my house.
Girlfriends do that, and it drives me nuts.
I can't deal.
I can't either. So I get you on that. But let's go back to you like your space.
I do.
And I mean, I do too, but I'm okay if they spend the night. I'm okay.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We're going to come back to this at another time. And after I actually have somebody spend the night, I might try this and see how I do. My anxiety might go through the roof.
I already know the text I'm going to get the next morning. Like, I can't do it. I cannot do it.
No, I will get mass anxiety.
I know you will. That's not your deal.
My
it's just not your
Lord.
deal. And that's okay. That's what makes us so different and funny. It makes this show like crazy because we are so polar opposites on almost everything.
On almost everything, which is freaking brilliant, and I love it.
That's why it works.
That's why it works.
Yeah.
So you know what else
So
is
you're
working?
out.
I'm out of champagne.
Again, this happens every single time.
I drink really fast.
I'm a slow sipper.
She's a slow sipper, and I'm a guzzler.
Dolly and Dolly.
Dolly and Dolly. All right, so thanks everybody. We were number 154. We ranked 154th podcast ranking in Greece, which is really cool because we're planning a trip to go to Greece
Next year.
Next year with two of our girlfriends,
summer.
with Kim and Christy next summer. So
Yep.
we're super excited. So let's just keep this thing going because hopefully if we keep ranking in Greece, we're going to do an episode from Greece while we're in Greece and hopefully go to a hotel and give them some boosts and get a comped trip or something. I don't know, but we're really excited to be ranking in Greece. And actually, we have listeners from all over the world now. We've got people from all over Europe. We've got people from the Philippines. We've got people from here. We've got people literally from everywhere now listening to the podcast, which is
So
really
exciting.
super exciting, really fun.
We love every one of our listeners.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. Really, we're having a blast with it.
We are.
Go to our link and send us some love and click it, share it, listen to it, download it, subscribe, comment,
5-star rating.
tons of stars, all that stuff.
Send us love.
Send us love, and we're sending love back. Thanks, you guys. Until next time.
Dolly and Dolly.
Dolly and Dolly. Cheers.